If you bring this incredible Cajun-style fried cabbage to your Easter dinner or potluck, everybody's going to be leaving your house a lot happier and a true believer, because this is absolutely incredible. And for the most part, when it comes to cabbage, especially here in America, people really overcomplicate how they cook it. Like, for instance, have you ever been to someone's house or had a relative made like a sauteed or smothered cabbage, and you took one bite of it and it was this greasy, mushy, cabbagey mess? I've been there too, honestly, and we're fixing that tonight. It's all in how we cook this down. We're going to have a very tender and flavorful end product with still a little bit of that original crispness from the cabbage. So we're not making baby food, and this is also not going to make your house smell like a fart while cooking it. Well, maybe a small one. But if that sounds good to you and you're down for some really good home-style cabbage, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified every time I upload a video. So let's go ahead and get cooking. And it all starts with a freshly cleaned head of cabbage. And the first thing we're going to do is remove this root in at the bottom of the plant, so that way it gives us more consistent cuts and it's a little more stable when we're chopping it. So after we remove that root in, we're just going to go ahead and split this thing in half following the natural seam of the cabbage. And as you can clearly see, I chose the literal worst knife to do this with. So after a quick utensil change, we're going to split it in half the rest of the way and then proceed to quarter our cabbage. And from here, we're going to start cutting it into strips. Now keep in mind, we want a thicker type of strip here, because as you cook down this cabbage, it's going to continue to wilt and shrink off as you cook it. So I'm shooting for something that looks more like the width of a cooked fettuccine noodle, something like you see right here. Not super thick, but thick enough whenever it does wilt down, we'll still have some nice pieces of cabbage. And from here, we're going to separate all those bound pieces of cabbage, and then it is ready to be cooked. So from here, we're going to put aside our freshly shredded cabbage and start working on putting this thing together. And it starts with a little extra virgin olive oil into a large pan over medium-high heat, and then we're going to toss in 1 link of chopped andouille sausage. This is the first part of the Cajun flavor profile. So once we got them all nicely separated, we're going to sear these guys out for about 3 minutes. And then we're going to flip these guys over and allow the same thing to happen. We're trying to extract as much of that andouille fat as possible, because this is what we're going to end up cooking our cabbage in. And after another 2.5 minutes, these guys are ready to come off. So we're just going to add a little more olive oil to the bottom of this pan. And then we're going to dump in 1 large sweet onion that's been shredded on a box grater. Give it a nice little pinch or two of some good kosher salt and allow this to cook down for about 10 minutes. And you may be wondering why I'm going through all this trouble. We're building flavor because cabbage on its own is very mild. And these onions, once they cook down and cook with the cabbage, it'll cling to it and add a lot of much needed flavor. And after 10 minutes, our onions are cooked down. Then we're just going to go ahead and crush in 2 cloves of fresh garlic and then about a half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. And we're going to let these toast off with our onions for about 30 seconds or until they become fragrant. And then after that, we're going to add a generous splooch of extra virgin olive oil to the bottom of our pan. And you may have guessed, our cabbage is coming in next. And unlike what most people will tell you, you do not need to boil before you saute. Boiling your cabbage beforehand kills all of your flavor and all that beautiful texture. These will cook down just fine in a pan like this, no matter how full it looks. So all we're going to do from here is just toss this cabbage carefully in the pan to get all the onion and garlic and all those good flavors off the bottom and well combined. And once we have all of our cabbage completely dressed, we're going to let this saute down for maybe about 2 minutes. And then we're going to add in 1.5 teaspoons of that beautiful homemade Cajun seasoning. And then we're going to get everything dressed and allow this to cook down for roughly about 3 minutes. And after about 3 minutes, you can already see we're getting beautifully wilted down and caramelized. I mean, just take a look at this. So what we're going to do from here is add in 1/2 teaspoon of better than chicken bouillon base. This is going to kind of create a glaze for the cabbage as it cooks down with all the moisture and the oils in the pan, and it's going to give a umami kick to what we already have. And at this point, it's time to take a nice taste test of this, and it tastes pretty amazing. So all we're going to do here is add just a tiny bit of kosher salt out to bring up the rest of the seasoning. Again, seasoning and stages is super important. And from here, we're going to add back in our andouille from earlier and let it cook off with that cabbage for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes tops, so that way it's reheated thoroughly. And this is our beautiful Southern style cabbage creation. This is great as a side dish, and honestly, I could eat it as a full meal. It is so good. But tonight we're serving it with some Southern staples like this buttermilk fried chicken and my homemade scalloped potatoes. So let's go ahead and dig in. Alright guys, and we have finally reached the end. And the end result was something incredibly amazing. And my house doesn't smell like a fart. What it does smell like is just some good down-home Southern food. So that being said, let's go ahead and try this out. Get a piece of some of that andouille on there. It has everything. It has all the flavor. And it still has some of the original crunch. Like, it's got that tender crisp. I don't know if you guys could hear that earlier. Let's take another bite. It's not soggy. It's not greasy. It's got all that flavor, all that texture. There's that sweetness from the cabbage coming through, along with that sweet onion that had 10 minutes to just kind of develop flavors and caramelize a little bit. Now this does take a little while to cook, between 20 and 30 minutes to put together. Now that being said, you can definitely reduce the amount of time that you use to cook it. You don't have to let your onions go for 10 minutes. As soon as they're translucent, probably around the 5-minute point, you can start adding everything else in and getting it finished. It's not overbearingly salty. It's got a good heat level. I told you at the beginning of the year, about a couple months ago, that we're going to be pimping out your side dish game. And this is another way to do it. So many people sleep on cabbage as a side dish alternative. And it's super versatile. Most times here in America, you see it raw, like in a slaw. Or fermented, like kimchi or sauerkraut. It's basically just a topping or a condiment. But this doesn't even have to end as a side. You can make a total meal out of this. Add in some seared chicken breasts, some rice, get your carbs, your protein, and your veggies, and it's all going to work really well. This is actually an incredible bite. I can probably eat this entire pan to myself over a couple days. This is what I'm talking about. Side dishes really aren't hard. We got great flavor out of using simple ingredients, common ingredients. That being said, if there's a certain side dish that you've had trouble making that you want to do, if you want to get away from those boxed or frozen, convenience meals that you put to the side as a side dish, let me know in the comments. This is my way of giving back to you guys. Side dishes don't have to be the same old. Stop living out of a can. Stop living out of a box and start making good food, and it doesn't take a whole lot to do that. So until next time, this is your boy, the Mad Chef. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.